Okay, so we will discuss some member motions which will link to it. And we will start with the first motion that was received by the motions committee that reads This is the 62nd IPSF General Assembly amends the standing orders as follows. Article 4.1.4.20E14, a motion to reconsider an election. This motion must be made the same day as the election that is to be reconsidered. If the motion to reconsider is passed, the original election shall be remade and re-voted upon. For this motion to pass, a 2/3 majority is required. This motion shall be achieved immediately. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. So the change is the red text, the red and underlined text. I will ask the proposer and seconder to provide a revision for this motion. So can I have a microphone to Pepsi Canada?
Sandra, Pepsi Canada. So this is just trying to put a timeline into when you're able to motion to reconsider an election. We just said the same today because as of right now, I think we need to have another motion to amend the standing orders that says the call for reopen must not be distributed until the end of the day, which I think can be done at a later point. But this is just so must be made within the same day. So there's no time for discussion, and it's trying to make it more timely if there is to be this motion made.
Thank you. Does CPS Croatia want to add something?
I don't think it's information, so our opinion is that the GA is the highest body of the federation, and we can or couldn't change our minds every day, like the opinions about some things. So the election is really important, and I think that we should not consider that the next day.
Thank you. So I open the floor for discussion and have this with amendments.
It retained these amendments just as a clarification. So when the election is going to reopen, and afterwards it's redebated and we vote about the amendment, of course, re-elected, would the goal still have to be sent out or no? Technically, yes, first vote must be open.
Sandra, Pepsi Canada. I agree, since the vote would be to be reopened, but technically the vote is reopened at that time. But I feel like there's going to be additional modifications to the standing orders that need to be made, but not necessarily need to be made in this GA. So that would be something to further look into to better accommodate this action. If I feel like my thoughts on this, or if it is to be used, it will be immediately after a result is given or after a grade. So it hopefully would not be distributed by email form, but it would be through live stream.
I have SOP Denmark followed by KMPS for the Netherlands.
Given SOP Denmark, I was wondering, should we change it to like an hour limit instead? Because the same day could be problematic if we had like a late evening meeting.
Yeah, let's try to speak with the microphones, please. So KMPS for the Netherlands.
KMPS for the Netherlands, just as a recommendation to the expert, and maybe it's good for the expert to look into proposing changes to each documents to set this straight and to have that for the next GA meeting.
Thank you, Pepsi Canada.
Sandra, Pepsi Canada. I don't agree with the 24-hour period. only because that leaves a lot of good time to discuss that was a big issue with this. If it is an evening session, when this type of election comes up, when this motion comes up following an election, we always make the motion and debate on whether we want to reopen or rediscuss, and then table the actual discussion on the election to the next session. I just think leaving it should be done at a time where it is fresh in our minds and we can deal with it at that point instead of pushing that motion back. Because then it just gives us more opportunity to delay the GA and take time away from other important scheduled actions.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay. No? Okay. So I will close the floor for discussion on this motion, and we will proceed to the vote. So all those against this motion, please raise your voting cards up high. Any abstentions? Carried unanimously. IPSF in the Netherlands.
Did you get these minutes? Are we doing all the motions now? Because I thought we would do the India thing first, is the financial report of the
Yeah, but we will leave it for after lunch because according to time, I think we don't have enough time to discuss those matters. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so next member motion, we have motion 78, proposed by PhD Germany and seconded by KPSV the Netherlands. It reads, this the 62nd IPSF General Assembly under the IPSF Executive Committee to create a representation fund in the amount of €1,000 to support the representation of IPSF EPSA events, as defined in the Memorandum of Understanding between IPSF and EPSA. This motion shall be achieved at the start of the upcoming financial year, and once achieved, this motion shall be reviewed by the 63rd IPSF General Assembly. So can I please ask UPHD Jeremy to provide motivation, and if additional motivation is required, can be assumed.
With Sebastian mediation Germany in regards of the MOU with EPSA, IPSF should be represented at the EPSA congresses. So there are 2 congresses every year from EPSA, and I think it's very, I know it's very expensive to go to all EPSA congresses. The MOU says we have to set 2 representatives. So I think we need an extra representation fund for this one, because at the moment the Union officers pay for it if they go to an event. Yes, and we discussed this in the original ceremony before every European country is for this motion.
From David.
If we can be in the Netherlands, of course I agree what EPSF Germany said. I just would like to add that this is the memorandum of understanding between EPSA and IPSF, not between the European Regional Office and EPSA. So that's why I think this should not be out of the Euro budget. Just the same as IPSF represents itself at WHO, and that doesn't, it should come just same budget. So it's an official way of representing themselves, so it's weird that it's from the Euro budget at the moment.
Thank you. I will open the floor for discussion. I have Dale followed by Captain.
Dale, IPSF President. Just before this discussion takes place, I do want to provide some points of information for the General Assembly. EPSA is not our only partner that is regionally based. We also have FESPA, which is a partnership with African countries, as well as FAPA, which has the possibility for us to explore a partnership with some Asian countries. So with that information, evaluate if one region has more priority over others. Additionally, the EPSA-IPSF MOU already pays for the registration fees for our representatives to attend the EPSA congresses, so this fund would only be for travel expenses for those European members to attend the congress that will be in Europe. Is there any other further clarification that is necessary? We're trying to get Michael McIntyre here for the IPSF budget to give you more information.
Chris, second.
Chris, IPSF chairperson of Europe, just to make it completely clear, it's one registration fee a year for the annual congress, not for all the events, just to make that on a clear basis.
Canada, followed by PhD Germany.
Sandra and Kelsey Canada. I'm not sure if this can really be compared to FIP events where there's individuals who are attending. Is this open to individuals from countries other than the European regions? Can someone from Canada apply to this to attend? What is the, how do we decide who this fund is given to? Is it an application process? Have you thought of how you'll decide how the money is distributed? Is it to one person? Is it to multiple individuals? Has this these thoughts will be put into it, and will priority be given to those who are part of EPSA.
I have KPH. PhD Germany followed by KPhD the Netherlands.
I want to say we have no official documents with the other students' attestation. We have just the memorandum of understanding with EPSA. We have just a memorandum of understanding with EPSA, not with the other partnership students' partnership.
Point of clarification, we are finalizing an agreement with FESPA, and that agreement has been worked on for the past 2 years. So very shortly, I anticipate that we will have FESPA as an equal partner in our association to EPSA.
So I have KPhD the Netherlands followed by KPhD Rwanda.
Dietrich Henry's in the Netherlands, if we would have other memorandum of understanding with other associations would state that we have to be at their events. I think there should be a budget for those as well. As we don't have those at this moment, do we? Well, then I think we should have budgets for those as well, because I think it's just unfair that it states that we have to be at their Congress, and it comes out of the budget, so that is used for something else. The reason I second this motion is because it states that we're obliged to do that. We can, it doesn't have to be some euros, it just has to be some from IPSF, and it will always come out of the euro budget. So that's the strange thing. Yeah.
Okay, so I have IPSF Rwanda followed by Nigeria.
Hello, I'd like to ask, what does the memorandum of understanding says about the implementation of EPSA in the IPSF World Congress?
Okay.
So we have an equal MOU and equal understanding with our EPSA representatives here, whereas in our budget for the Congress, which means our Congress budget, not our IPSF budget, funds one registration for an EPSA representative.
So you mean they don't have any amount of their money to contribute to the representation?
The item that is covered with the EPSA registration in our World Congress budget is simply one equal registration fee. And that is exactly what they covered for us.
Okay, I have Nigeria followed by Captain Canada.
I don't think that's Nigeria. I think this motion should have been considered, or it should be amended to the proposal, because the memorandum of understanding itself contains or relates to engaging European regional office. So that begs the question: how will this motion consider other regions? I think the MOU considers only the European regional office, and so if we are allocating that amount of money for attending necessary events, what happens to other associations in other regions that is representing other partnership with IPSF? So I will not vote on this motion.
Clarification from Mr. Luca. Luca, IPSF Regional Relations Officer. The MOU does not concern the euro. It is true that the contact specified in the MOU for IPSF is the chairperson of euro, but MOU, for example, also mentions a meeting between IPSF chairperson and media publications and the equivalent organ in EPSA. So technically, it's not just about euro. Thank you. have Pepsi Canada, followed by IPSF.
Cassandra, Kelsey Canada. So now I'm just confused, and I would just clarification on this. So currently, the chairperson of Euro is required to go to an EPSA annual conference? No. A member of IPSF is required. No one is required, so. Where does the funding benefit?
It is expected of them out of their responsibilities, but there is zero requirement.
So who is it expected of?
To go. It is expected that a representative, whoever that might be, attends the Congress because we have the invite and they're an important partner, but it is not a requirement of any position.
So the funding right now for the expected attendance comes from the IPSF budget. So this motion would be to have an additional fund for someone other than the people expected to go to it.
It sounds like that this motion, as I read it, is that we want an itemized budget item specifically to fund the EPSA events, correct?
Clarification from Michael.
Michael, IPSF treasurer. As it currently stands, that's mostly accurate. The funds for attending EPSA events currently have been coming out of the Euro regional budget, not the IPSF general budget.
Okay, I have KPSV the Netherlands, followed by Dale, and then Maps Australia.
Peter Kennedy in the Netherlands, I would like to see motion. We work for the GA to change the motion to saying that IPSF needs the budget to be represented at events of other associations with whom we have memorandum, with whom we have a memorandum of understanding with.
So
that would, for the long term, we would have more memorandum guides. Yes, in the long term, that would work better, I think. So would that work with anyone?
can I see motion cards? Read if you agree, read if you disagree. Everyone, please. Okay, I see mostly green. It's somewhere. Next on the list, I have Dale, followed by Maps Australia, and Ken's Najib.
Yeah, IPSF president, to offer some more clarification on our budget as well. I would just hope and strongly suggest that our membership during this conversation, you let us know exactly where those funds should be reallocated from, because as of right now, our own executive committee does not have coverage for the World Congress except for a small portion. So currently, even our own members at our own events do not have that financial support. So please keep that in mind and see where else we can reallocate this money, because I do think that it's very important for us to be able to have that representation. But I can say very realistically, from being on two executives, that our executive committee spends thousands of dollars of their personal money to attend these events, even for our own congresses.
Maps Australia, followed by Nigeria.
Just, you could next Australia, quick clarification when you said the money is allocated from the European budget. Does that limit the members that goes to the EPSA events to the only European members of IPSF? Or is it open to all IPSF members?
Please.
the Chairperson of Euro. Basically, what's standing inside of the memorandum of understanding, which you all also should have in your documents, is that there are up to 2 representatives allowed to be sent. Usually the executive decided who is going to go there. It's not limited for Europeans. IPSF decides who is going there. In the past, it was usually the case that the chairperson of Europe went there, but we also had the chairperson of external relations, for example, there. We had some IPSF presidents there. So it's decided within the executive in the past, usually, who is sent there, but it's no limitation about the countries.
Thanks, Nigeria, followed by Nigeria.
Thanks, Nigeria. So I would rather have this motion be amended to recognize other regional activities, regional symposia. That would make sense. Otherwise, considering the concern about the finance of the federation to be allocated to more important things, then the entire motion doesn't make sense. I think we should consider it.
Can you word that amendment? Right now?
To create a representation fund in the amount of €1,000 to support representation of IPSF at regional symposia or at regional events as defined at regional symposia. Sorry, at regional, yes, at regional partner events.
Okay, give me a second.
Maybe that's a kind of the wedding.
Cassandra has kind of dig up the regional, just the partner events, and lastly, Expo has a better term for the relationship with EFSA and FESPON, and that, or with partner events, the provincial materials.
The partner depends on the intent with Arinze's statement. We have a number of partners, and certainly at this point, we don't have the finances for all of them. I know that Mike McIntyre can give us a better breakdown of which events we have allocated money towards, but when we say partner events and official partnerships and MOUs, we do have EFSA, we do have some of our partners like Right Face, A4HP, we have WFPHA, the World Federation of Public Health Associations that we are a member of, we have the UN events, we have UNESCO events. All of those would be, in my mind, included in this partner amendment. I don't know if that's what we're actually intending by this.
Partner events that are representative of students and pharmacy students in the different region.
I can make a suggestion to make it more specific. Say student pharmacist partner events, because we also have student partners that are other medical professions that we also have memorandums of understanding, where we are able to go to their conferences and vice versa, like the Medical Students Association, Veterinary Students Association, chiropractic. If we're thinking pharmacy specific, then we should say pharmacy student partners, or some variation of that.
Student association partners.
I have a comment on this change, this amendment by PhD German in PhD the Netherlands. You agree with this? Yes? Yes. Technical for Michael.
I read the last sentence. I would like that mentioned. IPSF concept. Stay there.
As a clarification. Okay, I have Argentina, followed by Capsicum.
Being like Argentina, I think considering that, for example, no one from Exco is having this kind of money or help for attend our own event. This amount is really a lot, or attend other events. I think it could be something, some money for support, but I think much more less. And this motion should specify who will decide for which organization will be assigned, like which event will be assigned. So I think it should be less money, and it should specify who will decide for which event.
Okay, thank you. I have Caps in Canada followed by PSV the Netherlands.
Sandra, Caps in Canada. I am more in favor of this motion the way it is written, just because it is open to all the pharmacy student partners. I do feel that there's going to be a lot of work that has to go into actually bringing this motion to fruition. So what are the events? What are the qualifications for those to attend the events? How will this money be divided? So there will be a lot more guidelines and like actual discussion on this that can't necessarily be done now. I have a question to the proposers. Why did you not just make a motion to have the funds that are coming out of the Euro budget to attend an EPSA event be reallocated to the IPSF general budget? Because that way we're not increasing a new fund for more money to come out of our budget, but just reallocating funds from the Euro budget to the IPSF budget. Because I feel that was the biggest point of contention, is that Euro is paying for not necessarily a Euro individual to go to an EPSA conference. So if that money would just be reallocated to the IPSF budget, I don't feel like there would be this issue.
PSV or the PhD for comment?
Can I come to that and then make my own point?
Yes, because you're the next speaker.
Okay. Well, in regards to the education between Netherlands, in regards to what Canada said, that was the goal of the motion. I mean, there was new information coming afterwards, and I thought it might be good to also look for other events that are what was the wording? Not required, but expected to be there. So, yeah, I think it would be nice for the experts to have their preferences and those conferences as well. So that's why the wording is now like this. The thing you said was essentially what you're trying to do with the first version. So would you still agree on this, or do you really want to change it to the reallocation of travel expenses? And this question to you,
I think this is good.
Can I have a microphone for Caps in Canada, please?
Because
Cassandra, Councilmember, I think this is a good motion. I think it should have some funding associated for us to go to other events, but there, I just want to make sure that all of those guidelines as to who is able to use this money and how it gets distributed is brought to the rest of the federation. And if you are concerned about specifically that money, because that money will still be in Euro's budget to use, correct? Because this is in addition to what is currently in Euro's budget. Clarification from Mike.
So, as it stands, the Euro budget gets made up annually, so there's not necessarily an allocated specific amount to be used for EPSA events. It's just that when the opportunity arises and somebody is able to attend, it generally will come out of a travel subsidy of the Euro budget.
Already did your comment? And yes, you know.
Did retain his unanimous. So there is a budget that is approved yearly. You could also change the motion into non-used, get the amount of €1,000 out, and just say, mandate the executive to create a representation fund to support blah, 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 and then we will accept this annually anyway, so and we can check it annually to see how much the budget will be, and then to the executive and treasurer's thoughts, how much you would reallocate, and it would also cover new congresses that might come up in the future. So I think it would be better if we just say to create a representation fund. Do you agree?
So, relevant information. There is currently, so when we're talking about a representative person at these events, are you picturing an exco member? Okay. There is currently a budget item titled Other Exec Flights. There's €4,000, and it's typically used for events such as this. I think what we need in this situation to address all this is a set of guidelines as to what these funds will be used for and in what circumstances each one is used for what. As of now, just for whatever's sake, the funds to attend EPSA events are typically European members, and it made sense to have it at the Euro budget, but in a certain set of guidelines, if we chose to have it differently, we could say, and EPSA events comes out of other exec flights. So having a set of guidelines that just decides how we spend our money might actually work better than establishing 18 different types of travel subsidies.
I have Portugal and then Philippines, Sweden.
In the best opinion, this question is too general. There are lots of points that can be worked on that, and I agree with Mike when he said that it has to be made added on this. I don't know if you're maybe exploring the possibility of next year to create this motion or to approve this motion is going to be better than create right now, and with many points that can be raised until that. Thank you.
Yes, for the Netherlands.
Peter can to the Netherlands. Question to the ESG. Would you agree to change the motion to mandate the executive committee to create guidelines on how to spend the registration fund?
Can you repeat?
Sorry?
Can you repeat?
Mandates the IPSF Executive Committee to create guidelines on how to allocate the representation and all the other flights.
What?
Peter?
Thanks, Peter. PhD? Okay. So, any other comments or questions on this motion? And ZEPSO, New Zealand?
Sandra in ZEPSO, New Zealand. We're just trying to understand. Dale said that the EXCO doesn't even get funding to attend our World Congress. Why should the partnership then take priority?
Sorry, just to clarify what Dale said, just to clarify what Dale said, we don't get full funding to attend events. We have funds in the budget to subsidize our travel, but to give you perspective, our reimbursements for travel to World Congress was roughly 63%. And that's abnormally high.
Okay, and is that coming out of the other expense line?
No, that's a specific budget item.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you.
PSV? Still? Nigeria?
Plans Nigeria. I'd like to find out what has this project, the other executive flights, what has it been used for in the past, and why are we suddenly changing the purpose of it?
Michael? So, Michael, I'm the treasurer. In the past, other exec flights has been used generally for basically travel that the exec has to go or has to or chooses to go through for the benefit of the federation that doesn't fall under one of the other travel budgetary items. So to give you an example, WHA travel expenditures are typically what benefits or gets on their
So is it correct to say that we will allocate, we'll use that budget to support representation by IPSF funds to support events in the event that we have leftovers from these necessary events, because you just said that we attend, for example, the other events for the benefit of IPSF. So I want to know if the executive committee will have to prioritize events to be, right? because this motion doesn't clarify the scale of preference for events.
Okay. So, Michael, I guess the way it's allocated now, that 4,000 euro budget is done over mandates. So there's 4,000 euros spent on other executive travel over the course of our mandate. That doesn't get paid out until the end of the mandate. So I haven't spent any of that money yet, but I've collected receipts from anyone who would like to claim from it. So I had to make the trip to the bank in March. That goes in there. WFA travel goes in there. I tally all of that up and then pay out as a percentage reimbursement. So if the total amount that we want to claim under other executive flights is 8,000 euro, everybody gets 50% back.
Any other questions or comments? So I will close the floor for discussion on this motion. All those against this motion, please raise your voting cards up high. Any abstentions? Carried unanimously. Okay, so since this discussion prolonged itself a little bit, it's already 1:10. So let's go for lunch and be back at 2:10. So 1 hour for lunch break. Is that okay for everyone? Okay. So I would like to have a proposal and a seconder to suspend the study orders. I will, I'm going to go to the other side, so IPSF Egypt, seconded by, wait. Okay, not so Serbia. Anyone against suspending the standing orders? Okay, so roll call. Don't forget 2:10 here to continue with the GA. Technical from Justice for the Slovenia.
My name is Justice for Slovenia. We were notified waiting for PCT in like half an hour. So could someone call the RC to wait for us to get back from lunch? Because I'm hungry. And I don't want waiting here for, I don't want to wait here for half an hour. Please.
Yeah, they will be notified.
Thank you.
All right, please have your cards out and ready for the scrutineers to collect them. Go. If Argentina, not Australia, Stati Uniti, not Australia, Austria, Barcelona, Austria, Canada, Canada,